Hey, what's going on guys? Nick Theriault here. Today I wanted to bring a video for y'all on discussing everything that goes into scaling a clothing brand to over $1 million in revenue. So over the last few months, our agency has been blessed to be able to work with a very fast growing clothing brand. And recently we crossed over $1 million in advertising revenue with them. So we've generated them over $1 million in revenue at over 3x return. So it's been very profitable for them. Since then, we've been able to learn a lot of what goes into scaling a business to over $1 million in revenue, specifically a clothing brand, and not just what goes into the ads, but the overall business, the key positions you need to hire out, the systems and stuff you need to build out. And I wanted to make this video to go over kind of everything, not just the ads. So the very first thing actually goes down to the type of clothing you have. You need to make sure you have clothing that can sell, that people want, and that the culture and the branding you build around that product fits the culture of your ideal audience. So when they take a look at your clothing, they're like, hey, that fits me, that fits my lifestyle, I want that clothing. If you try to sell clothing no one wants, you're gonna have a very hard time to scale it. You're gonna have very high acquisition costs, and overall, it just will not work out for you. So starting off, first things first, you need to have a hot, proven product that people want, some of the styles and stuff people will wear, and an overall concept of the key pieces you're gonna add to your collection. Going into this next thing, I get a lot of questions on my YouTube channel about this, and that is doing drop shipping for clothing brands. Shipping plays a huge role when scaling a brand. And if you can't offer a good shipping time, it's gonna decrease your conversion rate. So if you're doing drop shipping for clothing, start off maybe with your first $2,000 in sales, and then immediately just get you a cheap warehouse space, put together a cheap team and stuff like that, and then start doing all the fulfillment yourself, as you're gonna see a bigger return and bigger increase in conversion rates, which is going to drive more profit into your business. So shipping plays a huge role. So you must be able to offer a good shipping time, which all my clients offer a 5 to 7 day shipping time. So something good. Whereas if you go up to higher, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it loses the desire for the product. People with clothing, they might want to wear that hot outfit next week to a birthday party, to an outing, to a dining, and they can't do that if the shipping's very far in the future. And also adding to the shipping is you need to make sure you have all the branding and the packaging when it arrives to them. I recently did an unboxing video on this channel for Vacay Swimwear, where they had like the nice branded tags onto the product, the branded packaging, etc. All that plays into the overall brand image. So it actually helps increase the value of what they received in the mail, especially if you're charging a little higher ticket for the clothing. Adding all these little key touches helps get them like, hey, I got what I paid for. Posting consistent content on social media is a huge role for clothing brands. In fact, we actually do not work with any clothing brands that do not have a team in place or system in place to post consistent content, as that is very huge for helping with social proof and keeping the brand relevant, as well as keeping audiences engaged. So to post consistent content, you're gonna need a few key team members. Number one, you need a model to actually pose with the clothing. Some people, like the owners, do it themselves. They're the models. Some people have a team in place. Some people just go to their friends and family to pose with the clothing. That's perfectly fine. You will also need a photographer to capture it. And even some clothing brands highly recommend getting a videographer too, to capture video and stuff, so where you can do like promo videos for certain fits. Some people literally can just use their iPhone to capture everything, like just an iPhone 11. This works really well for video and photos, so you can literally just use that. So you definitely need a team that can actually capture content. Then as well as you need a few other key people for the social media side. You need a social media content creator, someone that can actually get the photos, the videos, edit it, put them together, put some engaging posts together, do the copywriting and stuff, the little, captions and stuff. So that's the content curator. That plays a huge role with posting content every single day. Then the next role you'll need is a customer service rep that can do social media management in terms of inboxes and comments. We get hundreds of comments, inboxes every day. So luckily our clients have team members in place to answer those, because we're not product specialists. We simply just work the ads for the business. But having a team in place to actually do the product and, answer all the comments and DMs about the products and stuff will also increase sales, as a lot of people are scared to purchase something and they need just that extra reassurance, extra questions, and having that team member in place to answer all those drastically helps with overall sales. Now, the last key person you need for social media is a ads manager. And I highly recommend you have an ads manager as one person, a content curator as one person, and then a customer service rep for social media as one person. Do not put one person in all three of these roles, because they just cannot handle everything and be great at it. Now, going into the ad side, that is what we do for clothing brands. We work with clothing brands. We help them scale their ads. We do all the ads optimization and stuff, ad creation. And then simply what we do is we come inside the brand, we start spending their money profitably, growing their brand overall, and scaling them very aggressively. And as we scale aggressively, we need to make sure they have all these key positions in this video set aside, because once we started scaling aggressively, we can double your revenue every single month. Once we start pushing out ads and stuff, as long as inventory allows, we can really grow your brand. Now that we're on the topic of marketing, another team member you need to hire is an email marketer. Email marketers are very critical with emailing your audiences, between people who just opt in for a free coupon code, who hasn't purchased yet, to people who are already previous customers. Our brands that we work with, they'll probably send out about 3 to 4 emails average a week. And during hot times, during holidays and stuff, they'll probably up that to maybe 7 to 10 emails a week. But updating on new product launches, updating them just on what's going on with the brand, as well as like follow-up sequences and stuff for people who haven't purchased yet, abandoned cart recovery. All of that stuff is where an email marketer will excel. Now, going back to customer service, another key team member to add to the team is someone to answer all of these site questions. If you have like one of those little pop-ups in the bottom corner where people can live chat with you on your site, as well as all the emails you get on a day-to-day basis regarding orders, future orders, problems, etc., as this will be a time-consuming task. Depending on the size of your brand, the amount of questions and DMs you get, emails, etc., you may be able to hire one person to do all your customer service in terms of inbox emails, site questions, and social media DMs and comments. Now, the last person you need on your team, and this will probably be the owner in most cases, is a product manager and operations manager. You could probably get by to about $2.5 million a year in revenue with your clothing brand before you maybe need to hire an additional person for this. But this would be pretty much the person that overviews everything, as well as pick out new products and stuff, hot products, work with the manufacturers, factories, etc., that you're getting your supply in. So this is a very key position. And like I said, usually this is kind of the owner, especially around $1 million in revenues. Usually you don't need to hire a person for this yet, but this will be a key person you need to hire later on down the line. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video showing you the behind the scenes of everything that goes inside of a clothing brand when you're scaling it to over $1 million in revenue. This will give you an idea of some of the key positions you need to look out for, and this will well carry you over to a few $1 million a year before you need to further expand your team. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like below. And if you're new to the channel, I make content regarding Facebook ads, fashion brands, digital agency life, vlogging, and business. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I'm out, guys. Peace.